I'm here with a man of the hour. Who else but Nag Ashwin? Welcome to NDTV, Nag.
Thank you so much.
1 week into the release of Kalki, tell me, how are you feeling? The uh, people's reaction, fans, your loved ones, people from the industry. What has been that like?
It's been very satisfying for sure. I think one thing that's different from the other films that we made is like rather than people just saying, congratulations or something, they're like, thank you for making this film, or you've made India proud or something as dramatic as that. But it's great because this is more than what we could have asked for. Yeah.
Because you just said that the kind of films that you have made before, it has been a biopic, it has been personal stories, of people, of normal people. From there to this sci-fi film, with mythology in it and huge. As a director, how did you make this choice that now is the time I'm going to make this?
It's always a story that really inspires or gives you that energy to go ahead. And the story was that. Why was it the right time? It just felt like India was, so lapping up content that was like this from the West. We were open to it. We connected, empathized, and invested in, like, say, Marvel or DC or any of those movies so much that it just felt like it was time that we represent ourselves also in a way. And I'm a huge fan of our mythology and our stories, and I just felt that we just needed to tell those stories in the right way, with maybe the right kind of technology or the right kind of cinematography or filmmaking, and it would be amazing for us. And that's why I thought we should start and we should try.
We saw a lot of technology, like you said. We saw a lot of inspirations that you have taken from, the maybe Hollywood films, if I can say. Tell me what really inspired you, bits and pieces from it that you thought we should get this together.
Maybe like how, like in Star Wars, everything is very rusty and it looks used and put together. Like it's not like a very typical shiny sci-fi thing. I love that grunge aesthetic which we tried to bring on to Kalki, which is also a very used and put together sort of world. So I think that would be one thing. Mainly that I feel. I think everything else we tried our best to design things from an Indian perspective, whether it was trucks, vehicles, weapons. Each of them had their own design process behind it, and like a long sort of long drawn out original process.
We saw Budgie. You all created Budgie.
Yeah.
But why did you choose to create it while you can make it, through your VFX? Why did you choose to actually create it? I'm sure that that's a very long process.
We originally thought we will create Budgie so we could use it for shots, like in the film where we could actually shoot with it. But once we started building it, we realized how hard it was to actually make a moving vehicle like Budgie. So we ended up having to rely more on VFX for it. But also having the real Budgie is, I think, a very invaluable, because it shows the audience and maybe even kids who get to see it move. That whole suspension of disbelief is gone, that, oh my God, this thing is real, it can actually move. It's got a back wheel that's circular, but it's still moving. I can see through its front wheel. Those are like things that, we're so used to movie magic that we don't see it in the real world, right? So having it in the real world, and Budgie's done this whole India tour, like people all the way from Chandigarh to Vijayawada have seen it. So it's great. I think people are loving it.
Nag, I wanted to ask you this, that when you have made something like this, people are appreciating, you tend to get into a bubble where there's only appreciation, where there's only good things. But have you tried to come out of it and take the criticism as well?
Yeah, fully. I think it's the other way around. I think most of the time we always look at the criticism, right? Like even if there are like 10 positive comments and there's one negative comment, we sort of linger on the negative one.
Are you doing that?
I think human nature is that to a certain extent. We do that because we always want to know what we could have done better or what we did wrong or whatever. So yeah, we are fully aware of the criticism or the complaints or the shortcomings that we might have had. But some of those things were things that we knew that we were getting into. So I think despite, for example, that 5 or 6 minute edit thing that could have been shortened in the first half, for example, the rest of the 2 hours 55 minutes is great, is what people are saying. So I'm fine. I'm like, I'll take that 5-minute criticism, and yeah, that's good.
You know, everybody knows that Kalki is one of the biggest film India has ever made, the most expensive. As a director, how much pressure does that build on you when you were creating it? And also, the film industry was dependent on Kalki this year. It was for the biggest film of the year that was releasing. Was it too much pressure on you, or you didn't think about it, you just went on making something?
I think the numbers were all over the place. I think like every year or every few months we'd have a new budget figure that's roaming around. So yeah, is it pressure? Of course it is. We always want to make money back for the producers, and that's the most important thing. But did we have time to really feel that pressure so much? I don't think so, because we were working till the last minute. We were working to deliver the film, and you know, there are 5 languages and there are multiple versions, and there's a 3D format and an IMAX format, and there's so much going on that till the last version is done, your film's almost going to release soon, and you don't have time to get tense as much.
Did you get enough sleep before the night before the release?
On the night, yeah. On the night I slept a bit, but yeah.
What's the first thing did you do when you woke up?
Oh, check the phone, no? Yeah, check the phone to see if, because shows were starting literally from 12 a.m. that night, so people will get very early reviews as compared to regular movies. So people from the US, people from all over were already messaging, and it was good. So I was happy, could go back to sleep.
You know, a film which has Prabhas, Amitabh Bachchan, Deepika Padukone, Kamal, Haasan, you know, getting these stars all together. How difficult was that to get them together in one film, to convince them to do it, and then going ahead and shooting with them? Was it intimidating? Did at any point you feel like, because you are the captain of the ship, did any point you feel intimidated because they are huge actors?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I think like the first day of shoot was with Mr. Bachchan sir, and that was as intimidating as it would get, I guess. Like,
I can completely understand.
Yeah. Him in a proper prosthetic, and it was the first day of shoot of this film with him. So just trying to figure out how to work with him, what the boundaries are. Can I tell him that we need more takes, or how do I tell him what to do? So it was, but I think because of the experience and because of the superstar that he is, he just made it all easy and comfortable, and he was fully available and made things happen for us. It was great. Yeah.
How did you say that, okay, sir, can we take another take? Or you didn't have to say he's a one-take actor maybe?
He is, for the most part.
Yeah.
It'll usually be, I think my fear was always asking for another take because of a technical thing. I'd be like, how, man? Like, you know, there'd be a focus issue or some light thing, and, you know, a technician would ask for another take. And I'm like, you know, sure you do, but I can't ask him for another take because of us. Like, so it was always that kind of frustration. But I think he was super game for it. Like, he was very generous. Like, all of these actors are so generous, actually.
I have to ask you this about, first, thank you for giving us Mr. Bachchan on screen the way he is in Kalki. We, our generation, have not seen him like that on screen, you know.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, because I have enjoyed, I've never enjoyed him as much I've enjoyed him in this action sequences. It's fantastic. To work with a person like this, and not just any film, it's action film, and 81-year-old actor who is there on the set. What was that like in your mind, that I have to make him do these things that people might feel it's impossible, but he's doing it for you?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I think Sir was super excited about it more than us. I think we were always super careful, and we were double guessing ourselves, and how do we do this without him? And he'd just come on the set, and I think with his incredible amount of experience in action, he'd just find a way to do it. And he'd just speak to the action director and find a way to do it, the camera angle, this, that. He'll know like when to move suddenly, and when the cut is. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, he knows what to do.
It's like smooth.
He's Mr. Bachchan, so
Yes.
he knows what to do. Like,
And you have just posted about Prabhas that this whole thing is possible because of that man who is sitting casually there, and he has made it happen. He has had a career with ups and downs, where box office, but all of them have been really big films. And here it was Kalki. Tell me his contribution, just not as an actor in your film, but also as your support system. What being there in your film.
I think just as a, like you said, support, and somebody who always believed in the project. Like, even at that, when things were taking too long, when things were hard, he'd always believe in the project, in my vision, though I was only 2 films old or whatever. And he'd be the biggest cheerleader for the film also. He'd be like, you don't know what this is going to be massive, this could be bigger than this. I'd be like, okay, maybe he's just, pumping us up because we need it. But he really believed in it. And I think that, there were these times when we would sit and talk, and those pumps are what we needed to get through, like another schedule or whatever. So he was fully on board this film. Once he signed it, he believed in this from the get-go, like till the last time, till when he watched the first copy of the film, he's fully on board.
And I cannot not ask about Deepika Padukone and Kamal Haasan. While we crave to watch more of him, and we are sure we'll watch him more in the second half. But tell me about Deepika Padukone. That time she was not pregnant. She was playing a pregnant woman, and so beautifully. What made you think that she's the one who is right for the role? Or did you have other people in your mind too, or was it made for Deepika?
I think Deepika was definitely the top of our wish list. Like, it was the most poignant, or like something. Somebody who has that sort of persona to be able to, for the audience to believe that she could be like something divine, or somebody who could be carrying this God figure. And it was a bit of a leap of faith, but we just wanted to give it a shot, and we did. And a few narrations in, I think she fully believed in it, and she knew that there's so many other stars in the film and everything, but she believed that this was worth giving her time to. So yeah.
In the film we see Krishna.
Yeah.
Where you all have made sure that you don't show Krishna's face. So you all made sure that we are not going to show the actor.
Yeah. Because I think once you show a face or an actor, it becomes like a form. Like, I felt it needed to be formless, and as much as you can, you shouldn't be able to identify with physical features, so to speak.
But I have to tell you, congratulations.
Yeah.
And people are enjoying the film
Yeah.
as much as I have. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much.